Hey guys, so I haven't posted in a while, so I wanted to post, and it's a stormy afternoon. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is Bryan Kohberger and his alibi. So he's been talking about having an alibi for a very long time. So it had us thinking that he had some really good alibi. Somebody thought he was a door dasher, and that's why his car was all over the place. And then somebody else thought his alibi was Dylan for some reason. Like he was there with Dylan. So basically his alibi was that he was driving around, as he often did, to hike and run or see the moon and stars. He drove throughout the area of South Pullman, Washington, west of Moscow, Idaho, including Wawaway Park. The prosecution says the alibi lacks specificity. Oh my gosh, that word. Specificity required by Idaho law, which states that the defense shall state the specific place or places that the defendant claims to have been at the time of the offense, with names and addresses of witnesses upon whom he intends to rely an alibi. And so what's interesting is they said nothing is new in his alibi. Like, they knew he went all those places except for that park. So I find it interesting that he mentioned the park, because it almost makes you think he thought like the police had evidence from the park or something. So he's trying to put himself at that park in his alibi, which is interesting, because maybe he went there that night and disposed of the knife, and they know he went there. So he's trying to say in his alibi, oh yeah, I did go there, but it was for the moon and stars and for hiking. So they might want to check that park for a knife, or maybe the police are already on that and they're looking at that park and he knows why they are. So yeah, his alibi, it lacks a lot. Like, we all expected a little more from this alibi, and I always thought an alibi was like a person or a proof. Like, an alibi could be maybe a receipt from Walmart, because that's proof you're at Walmart. An alibi could be like a girlfriend, you were over at her house. An alibi might be somebody at the gym. Like, I don't know why an alibi could be just what you say you were doing, because that's the whole point of needing an alibi, is that we don't believe that you were where you said you were. So the rain has stopped, which is good, because you can probably hear me better now. But I think the sun even might be coming out. I don't know. I just wish they would get this trial underway. I don't know why they drag these things out so long. But it's kind of like that with everything. Like, I've had friends that were in, like, custody disputes and stuff, and it would go on for 2 or 3 years. It's like, I guess it's just that's the system. Like, the court system is just slow. But I do hope they have enough evidence. I hope they find the knife somewhere. I'm sure that would be so helpful if they could just find that knife. There's a local case where I live, and they had his cell phone pinging at a lake, and they feel that's where he threw the gun because he murdered a person. This guy murdered somebody, and then they pinged his cell phone all the way to the lake. And it's like every 6 months they'll go to that lake and they'll search for that gun. And they use it for their practice dives and stuff. So it's kind of crazy that the murder weapon is out there somewhere. Who knows if we'll ever find it. Plus, he went all the way to, he drove all the way to Pennsylvania after he murdered the college students. So it could be anywhere along the highways or the rest stops all the way to Pennsylvania. Like, probably the best place would have been just to throw it in the trash at a rest stop in the middle of the country. So we may never get the weapon, but I wonder if we'll get the I hope there's enough evidence. Basically, the evidence I see are like Dylan seeing him being in the area, and his DNA on the knife, the little knife holder. I feel like his computer and cell phone should have some kind of evidence to show that he's stalking these girls. Like, I feel like they could find his old Instagram and find evidence of him following these girls. I don't know. I'm hoping they have a lot of evidence to convict him, because he's the last person in the world you want free, because he's a freak. And he'd probably go do something even worse. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I feel like if they didn't catch him, he would have been the type to do this over and over again, because he seemed to enjoy it. It was so random, you know. But I just wanted to get on here and make a video. I wanted to talk about Bryan Kohberger's Alibi. And I wanted to show you the rain and the storm, and now it's done. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I want to post at least once a week. I used to want to post daily, but it's just too much. I have 2 other channels. I actually have 3 YouTube channels. And I work and I do DoorDash. You know, I was thinking, I don't know, like, I was thinking it would be like I could do film my DoorDashing while talking about true crime, but that might be a lot. And that might be 2 different kinds of people that would want. Somebody would want to watch the DoorDash part, and then somebody else would want to watch the true crime. And maybe it's not necessarily the same. But anyway, I hope y'all are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.
You told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you try to stay strong and fake a smile until I